This video is only one part of an in-depth review, so check out the rest at thegoodride.com. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, I'm James Beastie, and if you like to really tweak and geek on gear, you want to be right here at The Good Ride. And this is the Arbor Westmark. I rode this with my Burton Kendos, my Union Contact Pros, and my Union Atlas. I also rode these with the Arbor Hemlock and the Arbor Cypress. Got this mainly in medium to medium soft spring conditions, and Nick put a lot more time in this on the park, and hopefully I'll get Nick to talk about this as well. But here's my take from a very average, non-jibby style perspective, and then Nick will give you the more park-focused perspective, hopefully. If you see me talking throughout all of this, Nick and I couldn't connect. COVID times are crazy. To give you a short summary, this is a very park-focused, buttery, fun, playful ride. It has camber, but not the catch of camber, and it does a really amazing job at jibbing, hitting small to medium-sized kickers, and it could even be a competent soft pipe rider. Not really the best mountain freestyle ride unless you size up and then it kind of gets weird. But overall, it's a very fun, very enjoyable, easy buttering park ride. Now when it comes to sizing, I think this 53 felt kind of right for me. I felt a little on the heavier side for this, but it matched up really well with my size 9 boots, and I think this would be the choice I'd make, because I think if in doubt, you want to go a little bit shorter so you can have a better park experience with this. This isn't something you get for all mountain freestyle riding the mountain a lot. It's just not really that kind of style of board. So size down a little bit. And what's cool is you have the grip tech there, so you can go just a touch bigger boot size wise. Now when it comes to shape, you got a true twin here, very blunted, very centered, very between the feet. You have full camber from the tip to the tail, but it's kind of a mellow camber. And then you have this uprise fender technology that lifts the end of the effective edge on snow and then comes back in. So it kind of goes like this. And what that does is it makes it feel like camber when you're flat basing. But when you go to skid a turn, it's super forgiving and nowhere near as catchy as full camber. It's in that realm of hybrid camber and hybrid rocker. Very forgiving, very easy, but stable in most conditions, not all. In hard to icy snow, that lifted edge there feels weird. It can feel a little edgeless and washy. And the solution is to put more weight between the feet and kind of commit when you don't think you should. When you think you're gonna wash out, you commit and then you get this grip tech to work and it works better. But it's a little difficult to get used to in hard to icy snow, but in soft snow, it feels amazing. Pretty much anybody can ride this. I think if you're a beginner intermediate, you're gonna like the rocker a little better. You know, an advanced intermediate, an advanced rider, and an expert rider will probably be happier with the camber profile, with the Westmark Camber like you see here. Now let's talk flex. It's got like what looks like kind of like almost like medium stiff flex here, going into a little softer flex in the nose and tail. You have a decent twist here. But here's the thing, it butters so easy on snow. It is so much easier to butter. I don't know what's going on with the tech there, but I really had to, like, I came off the Coda camber and went to this and I knew, okay, I'm getting on a softer board. I need to dial it back. Even dialing it back, I still buttered onto my ass. Obviously coming from a stiffer board like the Coda, that's how it is. But I was also on the Yes Dicey the same day, another soft, buttery, playful kind of park board, and it was on par with the Yes Dicey, which has a much softer, more rubbery flex. So it was interesting to see that the flex in store or like under the pretty lights here is not the same as what you're going to get on snow. It's very buttery, very easy. It was very easy to access the pop in this board, unlike some of the other Arbor boards. And I liked the way it popped and felt, but I had to be careful. For me, I couldn't really load it that well off the edge in harder snow. And softer snow, it was more doable. But when you try to load an ollie off the edge, it can get a little washy with this uprise fender technology, these lifted sides in the contact points. So what I found was it's just really easy. It's much easier to ollie flat based, and then it pops really well. Now when it comes to speed, this isn't a fast board. Anytime I just got even towards moderate mountain speed at this size for my specs, it just kind of started shitting the bed. That's what you would expect though from a park board. And the base glide was good, but just kind of average-ish. And it seemed like you could neglect it a little bit more than some bases and not wax it consistently, but it definitely likes wax, like all boards do. Uneven terrain, this isn't something you power over chunder with, but it's a very good all-day resort ride. Just slow it down a little bit more and it's not gonna fatigue you or send any kind of chatter up into your body from like hard micro bumpy snow in the morning to just messy, sloppy, bumpy snow in the afternoon. It's just fine all around. You just have to dial your riding back a little bit more than you already have to out on groomers. But if you're in a messy park, this is gonna be fine. Now, when it comes to edge hold, I felt like there's good edge hold here with that grip tech. It's just a little hard to access in hard to icy snow. You gotta put more weight between your feet and kind of drive it down into that grip tech. I almost felt like I was like squeezing my thighs and then pressing in. And the more I pressed and the more I went against my instinct to just stop trying to turn, I found that grip tech and then it held. But it can feel kind of edgeless and washy in hard snow. And that's one personality that I really didn't like about this board and any of the other uprise fender technology boards with full camber. With rocker, I don't feel that at all. But it's just that lifted side. It makes you feel like you have full camber until you get to the edge, then it's not there. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, you know, it's just like any board. Once you get used to its eccentricities, it can be okay, but some might not want to go through that learning curve. Now, when it comes to turn initiation, I felt this was medium, especially for its size. I could get it to do anything I wanted and make it turn quick, but it's got this cool personality that is very park friendly that likes to track well. And it likes to do like that little short, I don't even want to call it a straight line, but it just tracks short and quickly towards, let's say, a feature like a jib or a small jump. It feels good underfoot there on the way there. So I like that feeling. But if you want to make some turns and some little slow speed carves, it's definitely not its strength, but it's really good for what it is. And all that camber in soft snow really turns well. And it was just fun kind of making mellow carves, but it really doesn't have like all the ingredients and the stiffer flex and that more aggressive style ride for those who really like to carve. Now, powder, no thanks. Just camber board and powder with just lifted sides, and that doesn't really add towards float in powder. No thanks. Just, you know, I could survive a little bit more on the Westmark rocker, but backleg burning, cartwheeling experience. Now, when it comes to riding switch, this was perfect either way, almost perfect. I think maybe an ASIM twin might be a touch better, but it's a true twin, really fun to just ride switch and play around with. In terms of park riding, hopefully Nick's talking now.
Nick Larson's summary.
Out of all the boards we had today, this is definitely my favorite for sure. It's the perfect width. I love the kind of wider shape. Is this a mid-wide? This board?
Kinda.
It kind of feels like a mid-wide to me. It's super, super stable. Hits jumps like a boss, and I feel it very natural on it.
How are you liking jibs?
That's my favorite part about it. It's super soft in that regard. Very forgiving in that regard too. It pops really nicely.
How was buttering?
This is like the softest board I've ridden since my rat, I think, this season. So buttering's great.
Nice. So was this something you'd want to own?
Oh, absolutely. I would 100% own this one.
When it comes to small jumps, this was good, but you know, depending on your definition of medium. Our medium, yes, it works. If your medium is a really kind of like bordering on a big kicker, no. This is small to medium kickers, good natural feature kind of air kind of board. This is fun. Treating the mountain like a jib park, this is fun. Going in pipe, doable but not ideal. Kind of weird with the lifted edges if you get into a hard pipe, but in a soft pipe this was pretty fun. And overall, we had a really great time with this, and I think if you can just get past some of the weirdness in hard snow with the lifted sides, the rest of this board really shines and is really fun. If you're looking for a unique board for the park, this could be the one, and we had a time with it. All our reviews are a best effort, objective opinion from an average rider's perspective. There's no brand oversight, and we're free to say whatever we want. We send back everything unless it's a favorite, then we ask to keep those or straight up buy them. Now, if you need advice, fill out the eHarmony profile in the Contact Us section of the site. It's the only way I can help you properly. If you want to support us, and if what we reviewed appeals to you, it helps if you buy through our links. So, thanks for watching.